I'm going to attempt to put into words what the sayings like life is a school or a illusion or a training for something or it's some kind of uh, educational purpose that we're doing here. Well, these are words that we're using, and it's not like the best one gets the top job or anything like that. You say if a human being was like a seed for a bigger being, which we basically are, but it's just like not really a seed, it's just the next evolutionary process. How we see a seed to a tree, that's the only way I really can compare it. We're not a seed to a bigger being, we don't hatch, but I guess we do. We hatch into something we don't see. So, and it's way bigger than us. So, yeah, it is all. But the way to really try to sum that up, I'm trying to put that in a good word so it makes sense. Let's say when your soul develops to the point it is meant to, when you're not in a body, you do the things that a soul at that level would do. Just like if you were a person learning a subject, it's not that the person who's doing the harder tasks, let's say it's not something mandatory. Let's say somebody's just doing more advanced, skilled, trade things or some kind of hobby kind of thing. They just do it really good. Like a guy who rides I'm gonna use an example, bike, rides a huffy bike or does bike tricks. Somebody who can't ride a bike compared to somebody who does bike tricks. That's because the guy has ridden a bike enough times to mess around and learn some tricks. Well, the people whose souls, as you realize that you're a being that is way more than a human being, as lives go on. You might be 50, 60, 70 years old before you realize it. So, like, your whole life seemed to have gone by, but you're really just developing that part of you. And it may not make sense. And it's too hard for some people to grasp it. It's okay if they don't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to believe anything. You can believe whatever you want. And that's the beauty of it. But with that whole situation, it's a because the person with the bike example, because they trained or practiced more on the bike or realized that if he tried with that bike a little more, he could do some amazing things. Like people that have realized that their soul and consciousness are more than a human being, they start practicing and learning how to touch that part of them and tap into it and start learning how to do different things that other people can't. So when you become bodiless, we'll say, you progress to the next level. And it's not because you did like you have higher status than anybody else. It's just naturally that way. Like everything in life, things that get more nourishment grow bigger. Things that try harder usually succeed more, or try hard in the right way, or put the pressure in the proper angle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can try hard and it seems like it's a dead end, but that's just because it wasn't what you should have been focusing on. And sometimes it's hard to swallow that because you want to be doing whatever that thing is that you're focusing on because that's what you wanted, you thought. But sometimes you gotta take a step back, look around, reassess. Anyway, I think I got the point down. So when it's not necessarily a game, an illusion, a simulation, a training grounds. I mean, those are words we're using, but what it is while you're here, the sooner, or let's say you don't at all, but if you do, the sooner you realize that you're more than just a human being and you start learning about that. When you die, you won't be scared at all. You'll go to the next thing. And what happens after that, it's totally up to you. The more conscious you are, the more decisions you get to consciously make in every aspect. Think about it. I mean, even as a human being, you don't get to make very many conscious decisions, especially when you're a kid. You're just born, you're not that conscious yet. You don't understand. So as you get older, you get to be a teen, an adult, whatever, you start becoming more conscious and making more conscious decisions. Well, most people stop at a certain point. If you don't stop there and you actually look into what we are as people and don't just follow the status and do the job, the school, job, retirement sequence, realize that's just a sequence to pick out of all the things and options to do in life, like getting a tattoo, doing the whole school, job, retirement sequence should just be an option, but they make it mandatory, and people don't realize that because it's been so long they've been doing it. I'm not going to get onto that topic anyway, but basically that's what I wanted to say about that. So I love you guys. Peace.